From the historic 25th Street Gymnasium in Easton, Pennsylvania, RCN4 Sports proudly presents the nation's best high school wrestling. Tonight, the number 13 Easton area high school Red Rovers take on the number 18 Upper Perk Indians in a matchup that has become the top independent matchup in District 11. Hi, everyone. Scott Barr alongside Jim Best. And Jim, tonight not only do we have a great independent matchup, but we've got a great contrast of styles. It's technique and technical falls for Easton against headlocks and physical falls for Upper Perk.
Yeah, I call it the slick versus the brute strength of Upper Perk. And this is a great District 11, District 1 clash of the Titans, which has really become a great rivalry through the years.
I think everyone has this matchup, but no better than 8 bouts to 6 for either side. It's going to be a tight one, but the thing I think a lot of these fans will like best are we have some real superstars of Pennsylvania wrestling on the mat tonight.
Yeah, each one of these lineups is peppered with some studs, if you will, as far as Pennsylvania wrestling, and we may or may not see some of those studs go head-to-head. It depends what the coaches decide to do with the lineups, but we'll get a chance to see them wrestle, which is neat.
You see a sparse crowd, it will be a loud crowd. We're going to start at 125 pounds tonight as we take a look at tonight's lineups. Jim, the buzz coming in was, will we see Chris Sheets, the returning state 6th place finisher and champion back in 05 against Jordan Oliver, last year's state champ? It just can't happen tonight because of the weigh-ins.
Right, and everyone would love to see a matchup like that, but when you're talking about dual meet wins and the strategy involved as a coach, you need to make decisions that are in the best interest of your team, which are not necessarily in the best interest of the fans. So we won't see that matchup happen tonight.
We are going to start with a bang, 30 and 35. A couple of toss-ups that could go a long way to determining tonight's outcome. Let's move to the next 3 weight classes. That Ryan Kemmerer, not bad. Zach Kemmerer, one of the all-time Pennsylvania greats.
Yeah, you're talking about a defending state champion, went undefeated last year. You see that he has a few losses on his record this year, and that tends to happen with a senior who's starting to feel the pressure of the senior season. But when it counts, he'll be on top of his game, trust me.
Up through the next 3 weight classes, 160, 171, 189. Yorick is perhaps the last strongman in the lineup here. From here on up, Upper Perk gets a little bit vulnerable.
They do, and this is where Easton has to make their move in some of these upper weight classes. I'm sure that Coach Powell is counting on some bonus points from guys like Piro and Rutt, so that they can close the gap if Upper Perk gets out to a big lead.
Next 3 weight classes, 215, 285, and 103. Easton hoping for a split at 215, 285. Williams and Wilson are interchangeable, but finishing up at 103, 112, and 119. Easton is really counting on not just 3 wins, 18 points from those 3 weight classes.
And they may need it at that point in time, Scott, depending on how Upper Perk's middle and lightweight, or middle and upper middleweights do earlier in the match.
How explosive has this dual meet rivalry been? Well, over the last 3 dual meets, 42 bouts, 21 have ended in falls. These 2 guys know how to rack it up. We'll be back with Easton versus Upper Perk from the 25th Street Gymnasium right after this.
At Superior Credit Union, we believe in growing stronger together. So we provide products and services to fit your financial needs and accommodate your busy lifestyle. With convenient services like home banking, e-deposits, account alerts, and a free coin counter for members. Come see why Superior Credit Union is growing. Visit any one of our 3 locations in Collegeville, Royersford, and our brand new location in Pottstown. Superior Credit Union.
For more than 50 years, Pottstown Oral and Maxillofacial Surgery has served its community with expert dental care, offering patients dental implants and a full menu of procedures for many types of dental problems, including bone grafting, wisdom teeth, impacted canines, facial trauma, jaw surgery, oral pathology, TMJ disorders, and sleep apnea. Get the smile you've always wanted. Contact Pottstown Oral and Maxillofacial Surgery today.
Hi, I'm Joe, and this is Chris, and many of you know us. And we'd like to welcome you to our new showroom here at 618 North Reading Avenue in Boyertown, where we offer Kohler faucets, Moen faucets as well, vanities, tubs, and many accessories.
Here we have an operating, high-efficiency, Energy Star rated American Standard furnace combined with a variable speed AC condenser. Let us install one today to start saving you money throughout the heating and cooling season.
Here at Patriot, we now offer kitchen and bath designs.
So come visit us today at 618 North Reading Avenue or visit our website at www.patriotmp.com.
At O'Donnell, Weiss & Mattei, our team approach makes all the difference.
Anyone entering a nursing home really should consult with an elder law attorney to see whether Medicaid is the appropriate option for them. It's really important to make sure that you have someone that's familiar with those rules, that works with those rules on a daily basis, that can guide you through the process. I specialize in elder law because I enjoy the clients that I work with, and I really like helping them find solutions for their problems.
OWM Law. Your life, your business, your law firm.
Welcome back. Per tradition, the lights have been dimmed here. Center stage is lit. The wrestlers are being introduced. Our officials tonight, Bob Kern and Mike Evans. We've seen Mike before in the Easton-Northampton match. We have yet to see Bob Kern, but he indeed still wears the stripes, and he's darn good at it. The wrestlers that are being introduced, boy, some of the best you'll find anywhere. The first guy we will see for Upper Perk, Jim, probably merits a little extra time. Chris Sheets, state champ back in 04-05. Right now, 164 wins in his career. He'll be called upon to do one thing and one thing only. That is pin Mark Hartenstein. Can he pin? Yeah. 94 career pins. Sheets pretty good.
Yeah, he's not bad. He had a great sophomore season, came through with the state title, actually had beaten a wrestler that he had lost to a few times throughout the year from Council Rock in the finals. Last year was in just a loaded weight class, 119 in the state tournament, lost a tight match in the semifinals. I believe Scotty came back through the Conci round and placed 4th in the tournament, lost to another defending state champ in the Conci bracket, Matt Kyler from Clearfield. He's one of those super studs from Upper Perk.
Actually 6th in the state last year he was. The loaded bracket of the entire state tournament. Some of the buzz was that he may bump up to chase Juju Drummond. He will not. He's back there in a singlet only, and he's the only guy like that. So he's going to stay at 125. Would have made for an interesting move that Steve Powell could have avoided by bumping Juju Drummond up and protecting him a little bit. Every move important here tonight, including the toss of the disc, that will be taken care of by Bob Kern. There are 2 sets of pretty good toss-up bouts. I've got 30 and 35 in that category. I've got 60 and 71, I think, also in that category. 215, 275 are important for Easton to split. It's going to be a night where, boy, every point is important.
It will be. I think what this match will boil down to, Scott, are those bonus points, and that's what usually happens in a big-time dual meet like this.
Bob, we got what? Who has what? Just getting the word from Bob Kern that Upper Perk would like the choice in the even bouts. So they will send out their wrestler first in those even bouts. Hartenstein and Sheets have already reported, so let's report them to you. Officially, senior Chris Sheets, 28-2 on the season with a couple of premier wins on his record. Mark Hartenstein, just a freshman, 10-6 for the Rovers. His job will be, boy, unenviable at best to slow Sheets down a little bit. Sheets with the Superman tattoo on his left pectoral muscle. Tell you, Jim, I was at weigh-ins today, and these Upper Perk wrestlers are impressive.
Yeah, they're noted for just how physically developed they are. Their coach, Coach Hans, he was a big-time weightlifter when he was back in high school. I remember he was always ripped to shreds, and he has these Upper Perk wrestlers looking like he did when he was in high school.
Sheets really taking his time here with Hartenstein. A lot of times you'll see a heavy favorite just go out there and throw caution to the wind and just try and rack up a bunch of stuff. Sheets seems to be a lot more under control than that. One of his premier wins this year over at Nico Trigas of Campolindo, California. That's a big win.
That's a huge win. Sheets has always impressed me as just being a very patient wrestler. Those 94 falls, I don't think they were from flash moves. He likes to work his opponent over, wear him out, and then go to work and get falls.
14 of those pins this year.
Sheets just working a nice front head and arm situation here. You see he keeps his left elbow shallow, work tight to his own side. Hartenstein in on a shot. Sheets looking to capitalize with a simple little spin behind.
No takedowns yet, and we're winding down to 30 seconds to go. This is certainly one of those bouts you put in the pin category with an all-time pinner like Sheets. Sheets and teammate Zach Kemmerer will likely end their high school careers this year as the numbers 1 and 2 winningest wrestlers in Pennsylvania's history. Sheets would be number 2 behind Kemmerer, assuming both of them get to Hershey and win a couple of bouts there.
Nice snap to a shot here by Sheets, but Hartenstein's doing a nice job of limiting the damage. Sheets did get the 2-point takedown, but Hartenstein was right back up to his base and almost came out for an escape.
With 3 seconds to go, Hartenstein will be on bottom and down 2-0 on the scoreboard. Sheets will put the clamps on and just ride out the last few seconds, and it will be the choice of young Hartenstein in the second period. He may choose neutral again.
Yeah, he may. There you see Sheets on the snap down. Hartenstein comes up and Sheets in on a low leg attack. Hartenstein does a nice job to keep that whizzer in there. Sheets is awarded the 2, but that was a close call.
That was close. Indeed, Hartenstein deferred his choice.
There's a headlock by Sheets.
Not the first we'll see.
Nope.
Sheets has him in trouble.
That's
now
a
yanking
tight
up
one.
on it. Sheets has him back, bringing Hartenstein down to the mat. Boy, did he catch him hard.
Oh boy, plenty of time left on the clock here too, and Sheets
Give
knows
him
how to
6.
finish after the fall.
2 minutes and 22 seconds. The winner by fall, his 95th career pin, Chris Sheets from Upper Perk. We talked about the headlocks from these Upper Perk guys.
There you see Sheets catches Hartenstein coming up off of his knees, throws that headlock in there, and what a finish. Just arcs back into Hartenstein's chest and belly area and gets the fall. Big win for the Indians out
What
of
they
the
needed
gates.
to have, we had them down for 6 there, so they got the 6 they wanted. We moved to 130 pounds, and Juju Drummond out there for Easton. Drummond 16-4. Shane Smith for Upper Perk, a senior, one of the very few senior matchups we've seen all year here on RCN4 Sports. Smith 24-7, a returning district champ and regional runner-up. Disappointed in not placing at Hershey last year.
I think it's become the mentality of wrestlers from this Upper Perk team that when you get to Hershey, you walk away from that arena with a medal around your neck. So that's a huge disappointment, I'm sure, for Shane Smith not to place last year.
Yeah, very often they are walking away more and more. It has really become quite a program there, and I don't use the word program lightly. They really suffered through some pretty bad graduation numbers a couple years ago. Another upper body move. Smith converts the takedown off the low shot by Drummond. The takedown gives him a 2-0 lead.
Drummond just got a little bit extended on that shot. Tried an ankle pick. Smith just able to maintain a good base. Threw Drummond off balance. Smith's up 2-0.
As I ran through the weight classes before tonight's matchup, this bout and the next bout, 135, looked like toss-ups to me, so I just usually split the toss-ups. And these look both like regular decisions.
There you see Drummond in on the pick. And again, Smith just able to maintain a solid base. And Drummond lost his balance and Smith capitalized.
Smith 43 wins in 04-05, 42 wins last year. 80 pins in his career of his 113 career wins.
These Upper Perk wrestlers get a lot of matches under their belt, Scott. They wrestle in a lot of early season tournaments, and these past few years they've been in the hunt for the state team title, so they get matches in at Hershey. Smith's got a nice high half in.
He's getting back points.
He may have picked up 2 back points there.
Two back points are awarded, so Smith now leads 4-0 over Drummond, a guy that Easton normally counts on out there. And certainly he's not out of this one. He's an explosive wrestler that can really make things happen in bunches, although he will be trailing after one, 4-0.
There you see Smith sits Drummond back. He has that one-on-one half in there, elevates with his legs. He's able to catch back points, and Drummond did a nice job to get out of that situation because Smith had a tight half and leg in there.
Shane Smith deferred his choice. Drummond's choice is neutral to start period number 2. And to his credit, he was in pretty good on that low ankle pick and just got dumped by Smith. So maybe he feels pretty confident down there. Smith seems very strong.
He does, and he knows how to use his length to his advantage. He's a tall wrestler. He uses those long arms for great defense.
You certainly don't expect Upper Perk to contend for the state dual meet title. They just have too many holes in their lineup. But given the guys they have, they certainly could win the state individual tournament title. Drag by Drummond goes awry. Smith defends it, and now he's got Drummond in a position where he can score.
Seen both of these Upper Perk wrestlers, Sheets and now Smith, working this front headlock situation. I'm sure we're going to see a lot more of that as the evening goes on.
Crowd has filled out appreciably as we have started tonight about 1 hour ahead of the Eagles divisional playoff kickoff. I believe a lot of our fans are sitting home watching us on tape, and that's okay. Yeah.
Nice shot there by Drummond. Nice high crotch shot. Gets the takedown as they go off the mat.
Nicely done by Drummond, as it looked like he had Shane Smith briefly.
Yeah, there's the nice high crotch shot. And here right about there, I'm going to argue that he had the 2 points prior to when they went off the mat. So I'm glad that he did get the 2-point takedown.
And the Upper Perk coaching staff was yelling at even the toe drag, but clearly Drummond had his toes in bounds. Smith stretching out here. He's going to get hit for stalling if he doesn't do something.
He will, and he knows Drummond has a great tilt, so he's apprehensive to come right up to his base because that's exactly what Drummond wants him to do.
Drummond wants Smith's hands around his waist, so he's trying to fold that hand under and can't do it. Mike Evans saying, well, Drummond's staying pretty parallel, so we're not going to warn him. We're not going to warn Smith for stalling as long as Drummond's not working either. Now under 3 seconds to go, just the takedown in the period. 4-2. Our welcome from RCN4 Sports to our viewers in Pottsville. Pottstown, watching our high school wrestling coverage. We suspect there are more Upper Perk fans there than Easton fans, however, maybe just a lot of good high school wrestling fans. Drummond starts period number 3 on the bottom. Got in this high half in the second period and gave up a 2-point near fall.
And it's close here. Smith has it in deep, and he's working his way up on top.
He's going to get 2 more.
2 more back points. Easton fans don't like that.
Boy, I don't like it either, Jim. It really didn't look like he had him breaking the plane.
I didn't see any swipes by the referee, to be honest with you.
I saw when Mike Evans was counting, and it just didn't look like he had him over far enough to me.
He's back and forth there. I saw 1 count.
He's going to try and rock him back again.
There he's got back points. Now he held him in that time.
He's going to give up a 2-point reversal, but it's a 2-point near fall as well. So 2 for 2 makes the score 8-4.
Now Drummond wants Smith to come up off of his belly, expose his hips so he can start to work that tilt.
Smith is just not going to come up until he gets warned for stalling. There it is. Warning for stalling against Smith. He may stay down there till he gives up a couple of points.
He may, because he can afford it with that 4-point lead. And he's got a long ways to go with the stalling warnings before he's in jeopardy of being disqualified.
Drummond working hard on it, now has the wrist, is trying to roll through with it and can't. 50 seconds to go.
He's got it here, Scott. Almost.
He needs to roll him twice. Once won't do it.
He might get it right there. There it is. He's going to get at least 2 out of this. He's got the 3, so now he's wise just to bring him back to his belly, which he does, and he has plenty of time, over 30 seconds left on the clock to work it again.
And remember,
and stalling warning.
Another warning for stalling would tie this thing.
So now Smith has to come up off of his base. Drummond has a leg in now. Smith working up. Looked like he was going to work up into a stand. I think Juju might want to come out of that leg to work that tilt. Stalemate called. Probably a benefit for Drummond.
Easton fans are not going to be happy with the officiating of this match in 2 ways. They think that Juju Drummond gave up a 2-point near fall he should not have given up. And also Shane Smith has done absolutely nothing from the bottom in the last part of the second period or this entire third period.
Now we're back to the action. Smith down on his belly. I can feel the warning coming from Mike Evans, but time is short.
I got to tell you, Jim, I think that is a horrible non-call by Mike Evans. It will be a winning performance by Shane Smith, the 8-7 winner for Upper Perk. But Shane Smith threw absolutely 0 moves in 2.5 minutes on the bottom. No moves whatsoever, and gave up 1 warning for stalling. I think that's horrible.
Yeah, I have to agree with you there, Scott. Smith was not doing much to come off of the bottom, and Drummond was working his heart out to try and turn him, and he did once, but he did not get that stall call going his way.
I think at least you get that one to go to overtime. That being said, we move to 135 pounds. Tevin Gibson is out there for the Rovers. And it's Ryan Kemmerer for Upper Perk. Ryan Kemmerer, the stronger of the 2 wrestlers at 135. That means they'll bump Johnston up to take on Berge. So it'll be Kemmerer, a regional 3rd place finisher and a state 4th place finisher.
Actually, Scott, they can't bump Johnston up against Berge because Johnston weighed in at 130, so they're really limiting their moves here.
Well, they obviously want to get as many wins as they can. I really thought after the fast start, Tom Hans would settle for a split of the 2 weight classes.
I'm going to guess that Upper Perk will be throwing out Dustin Kern at 140 pounds against Berge. Nice pick there by Kemmerer. Gibson does a nice job to defend it.
Takedown Kemmerer. He now leads 2-0. And the escape by Gibson, it's 2-1. Kemmerer 46-13 last year.
Now you see Gibson in a front headlock situation. Looks like he might be thinking cement job down there, reaching across the catch at far wrist of Kemmerer.
Not panic time just yet for the Red Rovers. Nice pick.
Yep, there you see on the replay. Picked by Kemmerer, transitions into a single leg takedown. Nice trip, nice and safe, gets a 2-point takedown.
Easton certainly figured to give up some points in this stretch. But they've got to be a little disheartened that Juju Drummond couldn't come away with points.
Kemmerer takes a defensive position at the start of the second period.
Gibson goes top
Kemmer right up to his feet, out for 1 point.
3-1, he leads.
Kemmer in a nice head inside single shot here. Gibson does a nice job to throw in that whizzer and defend that.
Gibson's so athletic. He gives a lot of good wrestlers fits because of it.
Good balance, good reactions, great hips.
Upper Perk, the class of the Pioneer Athletic Conference, known as the Pac-10. Certainly would expect they'll be the District 1 rep.
Gibson
nice
catches Kemmer off balance on that shot.
Boy, just shoved him right to his side and drove right through.
Yep, there's that athleticism. Good balance, good reactions.
And now Kemmerer won't do anything from the bottom.
Looks like Gibson's going up top there with Kemmer. Maybe, Gibson's in a tilt situation. Thought he was trying to cross-face cradle there for a few moments, but he abandoned that for the tilt. Kemmer taking a sneak peek, I believe, back at the clock to see how much time's left here in this period.
Pressure being applied by Gibson, obviously looking for that arm and tilt again. Kemmerer to his feet as they go out of bounds, and we're tied at 3.
There you see on the replay, Kemmer tries that pick that he tried in the first period, but Gibson a little bit wiser in the second period to it, able to defend him just by keeping a nice sturdy base.
Same move that Shane Smith pulled against Juju Drummond for his takedown.
Yes, it is.
Ball and chain attempted by Gibson, 20 seconds to go. Has the wrist and arm, and now looking for the tilt. Kemmerer doing the right thing now, coming to his feet. Arms spread, and that has become the bottom position to avoid that tight waist tilt. And Upper Perk has exercised it well over 2 weight classes. Kemmerer trying to escape and is bear hugged back to the mat, and we are 3-all.
Gibson did a great job to ride Kemmerer out through the end of that period, changed the whole complexity of this match. There you see Kemmerer, he's working hand control there, abandons hand control, just tries to turn in, and maybe he'll get lucky and get 1 point. Gibson will have none of that.
Gibson on bottom will be awarded the escape to start the third period, and will go neutral. Gibson now has Easton's first lead of the night at 4-3.
This would be a huge win for Easton if
Sure
Gibson
would.
could pull this off, and a huge win for Tevin Gibson to beat a quality opponent like Ryan Kemmerer.
Waiting somewhere in the wings is Zach Kemmerer, the more accomplished of the Kemmerer brothers.
Nice shot there by Ryan Kemmerer, cuts across to a double.
Gibson tried a funk and couldn't get between the feet.
Kemmerer's gonna pick up some back points at least here. He's got a headlock in, has his hand caught in Gibson's singlet, and Gibson able to come out for the reverse.
Takedown and near fall. 2-point near fall. The reversal for Gibson. It is 7-6. Gibson trails. So takedown and near fall for 2. Followed quickly by the reversal for Gibson.
They went out of bounds there, and it looked like Gibson was just loading him up.
And now Kemmerer is hurt.
There you see the takedown by Kemmerer. Nice high crotch shot. Watch his finish. He actually takes him the opposite way, probably to avoid that funk. Gibson tries the funk, unable to get it. And here you see Kemmerer in the headlock situation, but Gibson able to come out for the reversal.
Looked like Kemmerer's hand was stuck in the jersey, in the singlet. And I wonder if that has something to do with his shoulder getting wrenched a little bit there, or maybe he just landed on it. Certainly you hope a guy like Ryan Kemmerer is okay, and we fully expect that he is. It didn't look like anything too awful.
No, sometimes when you're reaching back and you're pulling in a headlock like Ryan Kemmerer was, you tend to strain some of those deltoid muscles.
This is Jeff Bush, host of Financially Speaking and proud sponsor of this year's Academic Challenge here on PCTV. Our show can be seen regularly on PCTV and the PCTV YouTube channel. Good luck to this year's participants.
So, Car Stories on PCTV. I've been doing it for many years. It's a good advertising tool for the business. Plus, I enjoy doing it. I enjoy sharing the shop and the different things that you should know about your car with people. If you need a place to highlight your business, call Gus at PCTV and check it out. It's a good way to inform people about your business. You'll get new customers from it, and you can share your knowledge of your particular trade.
Butter Valley Golf Course, conveniently located in the quiet rural setting of Valley, PA, just off Route 100. One of the nicest, most affordable 18-hole course in the region. With changing elevations, challenging greens, and scenic fairways, golfers of all ability levels are sure to enjoy their round. Butter Valley Golf Course is a great place to enjoy the game of golf with friends or family, young and old alike. Grab some buddies and grab a meal at the Runway Grill before or after your round. Butter Valley Golf Course.
There once was a haunted house. People said they had heard voices, but no one dared to go inside.
There's a place for wood in your backyard. We recommend the Fire Pit. For looks and performance that outlast a wooden deck, make sure your next deck is built with Trex, engineering what's next in outdoor living.
Your Trex expert is A.D. Moyer Lumber. admoyer.com.
Welcome to the beautiful historic Reading Country Club, now open to the public. Play the same course that Snead, Hogan, and Hagen played. Designed back in 1923 by renowned golf architect Alex Finlay, the Reading has 18 championship holes. Now, after your round, just stop on by the Patio Grill for delicious food and a nice ice-cold beverage. Why not book your organization's next outing at the Reading Country Club? Hey, and by the way, check out the weekly exciting leagues. It's memorable now at the Reading. For more information, just check out the website, readingccgolf.com.
Maybe bumped right down on it. Tom Hunts with a little bit of advice before he goes back out. 7-6, under a minute to go.
Be interesting to see what Gibson does here. Whether he cuts him free for one or tries to turn him. I would think he'll try to turn him maybe for a few seconds, and if he has no progress, he'll cut him free for 1 point.
He does let him go.
That's what he does.
Escape makes it 8-6. Kemmerer leads.
This is going to make for an interesting last 40 seconds of this match, Scott.
This is a move that Tom Hunts made so that Kemmerer would win easily, maybe with bonus points.
Right.
And you look at the record of Gibson at 9-6, and certainly you expect the bonus points. Ryan Kemmerer fighting for his life.
Gibson needs to stay on the offensive here inside of 30 seconds. No stall warnings in this match, so those should not be a factor.
Gibson underhook on the left side, working for under control on the right side.
This is not where he wants to be with under 10 seconds left in the match. There is a stall warning against Kemmerer.
He'll do it again if he has to.
Yep.
3 seconds to go.
Kemmerer.
And Ryan Kemmerer is going to win a tight bout.
Getting a low stance here in circle, and he'll come away with an 8-6 victory in this one.
8-6, Ryan Kemmerer extends the shutout to now 12-0. Upper Perk leads Easton. Nice performance by Gibson, but Jim, Easton's going to have to find a way to win these close bouts.
Yes, they are. They're going to need to limit the damage because the momentum is definitely with Upper Perk right now. We'll see who Upper Perk's sending out on the mat for this match.
It is Dustin Kern for Upper Perk and Eric Berge for Easton. Berge at 6-9 on the season. Kern weighed in here side by side with Ryan Kemmerer.
Kern in on a high crotch, converts to a double leg right away. But Berge does a nice job to square his hips up and fight that shot off. Upper Perk had a state champ a few years back. I believe his name was Darren Kern. I wonder if this is a brother here. Nice dump. Fireman's carry dump attempt there by Kern, and he transitions for the 2-point takedown on that.
Kern leads 2-0. His record coming in 12-11. So this another toss-up.
Yep, Kern into an arm Turk on the legs there. I thought he was going to turn Berge towards him. Now he's in a high half.
Boy, these guys are always looking for a turn.
They're all over these pinning combinations on top.
61 career wins for Kern, 26 by fall. Cement job.
Cement job.
It'll be an escape for Berge, and nearly had the cement job hooked up. Berge now trails 2-1.
There we see Kern stepping out in front, and Berge able to get that cement job attempt in there. Kern was able to defend it, but Berge did come out for the 1-point escape.
First period action, Upper Perk leads this dual meet 12-0 with a pin and 2 regular decisions. One of them controversial, only by virtue of a non-stalling call by referee Mike Evans when it looked like it was well-deserved. That in the second bout of the night, Smith versus Drummond.
Headlock attempt there by Kern, unsuccessful. Berge able to defend it.
They go out of bounds.
Seen quite a few headlock attempts already tonight, Scott, by these Upper Perk wrestlers, and I noticed quite a few of them in the JV matches.
Well, they certainly made a name for themselves with it 2 years ago. Last year in the dual meet, they pinned 7 Red Rovers.
There you see Kern in on that fireman's carry attempt, and he's successful with that. Gets a 2-point takedown. Looks like Berge has had a malfunction with his headgear. One of the straps broke. Or
strap came right out.
Yeah.
He's going to have to borrow a headgear. Those things are about impossible to fix on the spot. Barry Snyder taking a shot at it. Steve Powell looking at it. Berge says, just give me another one. This one a black one. Let's see if that makes a difference. Had the white on, now he's got the bad guy hat on. Second period is underway with Berge underneath. That was his choice to start the second period down as Kern deferred his choice.
Berge right up to his feet off the whistle. Kern drops down to a leg. Berge does a nice job with that crossface to get Kern just a hair out of position as they go off the mat.
You're getting an idea of the quality of these Upper Perk wrestlers. Kern 12-11 on the season. And looks as solid as any 12-11 wrestler I can ever remember.
Sure, well, you think about the tournaments they've been in. They were out at Reno, which Easton was at. They were at the Ironman tournament, which is one of the top tournaments in the country. And then they were at the Beast of the East, which is arguably the top high school tournament in the country. So they've faced some quality competition thus far.
Kern has twice placed third in his district. Berge trying to dump of his own. Kern trying to barrel roll. Berge comes out of it neutral with just over a minute to go, second period.
Dustin Kern sandwiched between Ryan Kemmer and Zach Kemmer. He gets the opportunity to have those great workouts every day in the wrestling room between those two guys. So when Coach Hans calls a round robin and puts the two Kemmer brothers and Dustin Kern together.
That's good news, bad news, isn't it? Berge has been working for that low shot now a few times. Kern has worked his way to the edge several times. Wants to work underneath the arm of Berge. And has really slowed this down.
He has. I think Kern's doing just enough not to get called for stalling up to this point in time. He was successful on that fireman's carry in the first period. He's tried it kind of half-heartedly a few times, like that attempt right there. Bergey's been able to defend it.
Bergey looking to arm drag here, and can't arm drag through the head. 15 seconds to go. It looks more and more like we'll head to the third period tie. 10 seconds to go. Sometimes late points will make a big difference.
A little flurry at the edge of the mat there at the end of the second period.
That's
no points.
1.2 seconds to go, not 12 seconds to go. And we are done through 2 at 2-all. Kern's choice obviously will be the bottom. We'll see if Bergey has learned anything from his teammates Juju Drummond and Tevin Gibson. See if he goes for that tilt. Zach Kemmerer on deck for the Indians.
Bergey with a deep tight waist off the whistle, Scott. I'd say he is thinking tilt. Now he catches the wrist of Dustin Kern underneath. Kern up to his feet. Bergey does a nice job to step in front.
He thought he was pretty close there, Jim, to locking up that tight waist tilt and doesn't want to give it up. He thinks he can score from here.
I think he feels pretty confident on top.
Kern reached for that hand, and immediately Bergey tried to lock it up.
Bergey switches sides on the lineup.
Now goes high half, tries to chin him. Really just trying to get some movement out of Kern so that he can perhaps reach down for the hand around the waist. They come out of bounds right in front of our table, still tied at 2.
Kern did a really nice job in that situation to post Bergey's hand off of his waist and probably avoided getting taken from the mat to his back in that situation because he did so.
Bergey climbs aboard and switches sides immediately, tries to roll Kern over, and now may have that tight waist where he wants it. Kern with pretty good hand control, however, and Bergey can't lock it up.
Again, Dustin Kern doing just enough on bottom not to get hit for stalling.
Yeah, he's at least active, where Shane Smith was certainly not.
There's Bergey on that high half again. Kern tears it off of his head.
Bergey goes very, very high and throws in the legs. Now perhaps a power half. Upper Perk fans calling for a stalling call. And if Mike Evans warns Bergey for stalling where he did not warn Smith, the Easton fans will be all over him.
Smith needs to be, Kern needs to be careful here, taking his time coming back into the center and lining up. He may get warned for that.
Bergey again lines up on the right, switches to the left. Kern trying to elevate the leg, and instead will get his own leg trapped. 30 seconds to go.
And Kern's just going to horse his way up to a stand-up position there, call that a stalemate. No stalling warnings yet, so stalling should not be a factor at the end of the regulation, at least in this match.
Bergey this time starts on the left-hand side and tries to chop Kern. Kern trying to stay busy because a point would win him the bout. Bergey traps down on the leg and now tries to go opposite side and guillotine. Bergey prying away on that arm, and now 10 seconds to go, trying for some late back points that would make him a hero. 5 seconds to go, he's not going to get it. We're going to head to overtime for the first time this season.
Nice job by Eric Bergey to ride Dustin Kern out in that period. Both wrestlers stayed active enough not to get any stalling warnings against them. Dustin Kern looks tired, Scott.
1 minute of sudden death wrestling. We'll come back to the live action. As they go out of bounds, no. Whizzer by Kern.
Kern still has that whizzer in. Bergey looking to step in front here. If he can step in front and trip. Might have gotten that takedown, but they go out of bounds.
Nice job by Kern to neutralize. You're right. Kern looks tired. Berge looks fresh. But, Jim, that's where you get headlocked.
Sure. That's where you lose your head for a second and make a mistake.
Berge just needs to spin around and get the takedown. He's in good position.
He might get it here, yep. He's close.
Trap the arm, spin, spin, trap,
yep.
takedown.
Tapped that leg, got the 2-point takedown. He was just a step quicker than Dustin Kern in that situation. A great victory for Eric Berge.
Huge win for Berge. Easton wins their first bout of the night and closes to within 12-3.
On the replay, as soon as Berge steps over and traps that leg of Kern, 2-point takedown. Great job by Eric Berge.
Easton with their first bout win, and we move to 145. Colin Daly out there, and it will be Zach Kemmerer. This is a big one. Kemmerer, a district and regional champ, outstanding wrestler in both of those tournaments, went on to win the gold at Hershey as well. 26-5 on the season. Colin Daly, 16-3. He's been a good performer for the Red Rovers here, but I think safe to say he hasn't proven that he's Zach Kemmerer just yet.
Although he did have a big win last week when we watched him wrestle against a quality opponent from Caesar Rodney.
Yeah, he sure did, from the top.
So that had to be a big confidence booster for him. We'll see if he can keep that steam rolling in this match tonight.
Zach Kemmerer likely will end his high school career as Pennsylvania's all-time winningest wrestler. On the mat right now with 172 career wins versus 18 losses, shoots and not yet getting the takedown against Daly. Daly prying down on the whizzer.
Daly able to keep that short whizzer in there. He's defending it so far. Kemmerer's going to try to drag this one in towards the center. Goes up high to the head, captures the far leg, still nothing. Daly able to turn back in and square his hips up. Great job there by Colin Daly to defend that shot.
Solid job of defense by Daly.
There you see Kemmerer go up high to the head and then transitions to the low ankle. But right at that moment, Daly able to square up his hips.
In his sophomore year, Kemmerer was a district and regional champ and 5th in the PIAA tournament.
Duck under attempt there by Zach Kemmerer. Daly again able to stay square.
Also won the district as a freshman. So he is a 3-time District 1 champion. Colin Daly looks like a very confident wrestler.
He does. He was in close on that shot as they went out of bounds. He dropped to a low-level attack on Kemmerer. Bob Kern called the situation out of bounds, so no points were awarded. Kemmerer back in that front headlock position. We've seen those upper perk wrestlers use that a lot this evening so far.
We finished the first period scoreless. Daly refuses the choice, and Kemmerer takes a very dangerous choice of bottom. Daly loves the top.
He loves legs. He's comfortable in that situation. He's trying to throw that leg in. Zach Kemmerer doing a nice job of blocking off.
Boy, created a nice amount of space.
He did.
Between his hips and Daly's hips, and very nearly threw Daly off.
Yep. I would venture to say that Zach Kemmerer has Daly scouted. There you see Daly trying to force those legs in, and Zach Kemmerer does a nice job to keep his hips moving, and they don't come in. Now Kemmerer's up to his feet. If he can break the lock, Daly's lock on his leg, he's going to get the 1-point escape here.
If he breaks the lock, otherwise we'll go stalemate. Stalemate it is, and Kemmerer will stay stuck on the bottom.
Now you'd have to think that the more time that Daly can keep Kemmerer down on bottom, the more it's going to benefit Daly, because Kemmerer's expending a lot of energy on bottom. Well, now he gets the 1-point escape.
There is the escape with 1:25 to go, period number 2.
Nice shot there by Kemmerer. Head inside single. Steps over Daly's leg. Daly able to keep that whizzer in. Same situation as we saw in the first period. Daly able to neutralize that attack.
In the event of a tie duel meet, one of the deeper tiebreakers is most first points scored. That's only significant because Upper Perk has scored every first point.
Wow.
5 bouts, 5 times, 4 takedowns, and this escape. Daly with a shot off the edge, 37 seconds to go, and Colin Daly is in a match with the returning state champion.
A lot of position wrestling going on in this match, Scott. Nice inside trip there by Kemmerer.
Boy, he just went and got that one.
Explosive on that inside trip. You're not going to see too many high school guys able to pull that off.
Yeah. That's a college move right there.
That is.
Big time. So Kemmerer jumps out to now a 3-0 lead. Gets the arm bar with 5 seconds to go.
Nice deep arm bar in there. I don't think he's going to have time to do anything with it.
He's not. 3-0 after 2.
There you see on the replay, nice inside trip by Zach Kemmerer. Sets that up with just a little misdirection with his head. Gets the 2-point takedown.
Daly's choice for the third period was bottom. And now there's a frantic buzzing at the scorer's table because they reset the clock for 20-minute third period instead of a 2-minute third period.
Scott, we talked at the start of this broadcast about the studs peppered throughout each one of these lineups, the big-time wrestlers. This is almost akin to seeing 2 high school football teams play that have 3 or 4 guys apiece that are going to go on to play big-time Division I college ball.
Absolutely. Daly dancing around in front of Kemmerer. He still seems very confident that he could pull off a big win here. Trailing 3-1, needing a takedown.
Nice spin behind there by Ryan Kemmerer. He's showing why he's the defending state champ.
Wow.
As this match wears on.
Now 5-1. How quick
he catches
is this?
Daly dropping to a knee, which you just don't want to do against an opponent the likes of Zach Kemmerer. Looks like Zach's starting to feel confident on his feet. He's going to cut Daly loose right away.
Now 5-2. Kemmerer thinking he needs bonus points here.
Kemmerer, nice double leg. He's into a groove here, Scott. He's going to cut Daly free, I think, pretty quickly.
The escape for Daly makes it 7-3. And Daly immediately goes in on a leg. Kemmerer whizzers him out of bounds, looking for his 173rd career win.
Nothing too fancy about that shot, just a straight-on double, but the timing was perfect.
How about the 3 takedowns? Explosive inside trip, lightning quick spin, and powerful double leg. Nice little array.
There's an arm drag by Kemmerer. They go out of bounds.
50 seconds to go. Kemmerer needs a couple takedowns, if not a couple back points. I don't know that he can take Daly down enough to earn the major.
Yeah, he's going to need to start thinking about taking Daly down to his back if he wants to get a major decision.
Now operating with just 1 contact lens as he cleared one off the mat and handed it to referee Bob Kern. Daly Russian tie.
Yeah. That's exactly what Daly wants to do in this match to limit the damage at this point in time. Get Kemmerer tied up. Avoid any headlocks.
Under 30 seconds to go now in this bout.
Kemmerer wants to stay on the offense, keep his feet moving.
So Colin Daly certainly looked like he had a shot at this one about halfway through the bout. But then Zach Kemmerer just exploded and really showed you some incredible technique and some explosion and just a real amount of strength on the mat.
There's
Tried that inside trip again. He really commits to every move. It'll be 7-3 as time is going to run out here. Zach Kemmerer, a 7-3 winner. Nice job by Colin Daly, but just cannot keep up with Zach Kemmerer.
There you see that inside trip again on the replay. And there's the straight on double shot. And I'll give credit to Colin Daly. He did a great job with the returning state champion who has a lot of wins under his belt.
And you know, he didn't do it, Jim, by slowing him down.
No.
He tried to go head-to-head with him.
He did. He made some attempts on some shots. He got caught out of position a few times, but that's going to happen. Colin Daly's coming right along this season.
Anthony Urich out there for Upper Perk. And I'm not sure that Easton wants the Urich-Snyder matchup. And it was not Urich that was announced. So Urich against Snyder. Urich 18-8 on the season. Snyder 9-7. Both juniors. Takedown quickly by Urich to lead this one 2-0. And again, Upper Perk scores the first points of the bout.
It's a basic head inside shot there by Urich. Now it's Urich sinking in a deep, tight waist of his own on Snyder.
Urich, one of several transfers into Upper Perk. We always hear about them here in District 11. Urich was a Ben Salem wrestler last year. 25-9 there as Snyder gets the escape to trail 2-1.
We saw Snyder wrestle in the Northampton-Easton match earlier this year. He's unorthodox. Knows how to use his length. He's a tall wrestler. Uses his body type to his advantage.
Now we will either see Hoyt Emmons or Nick Edmondson moving up to 160.
Straight on double leg shot by Urich. And he re-penetrates on that shot and catches Snyder on his hips. Still no points awarded. Urich trying to work off of Snyder's legs. He does. He gets the 2-point takedown.
4-1, Urich leads.
Urich doing a nice job here on top. Just keeps good pressure, but he does get warned for stalling.
Warning for stalling with 10 seconds to go, period number 1. With a 4-1 lead, Urich will climb back atop the tall Jeremy Snyder. Snyder chops away on the half. And now with 1 second to go, can't come out. First period is over.
There you see that straight on double shot by Urich. He re-penetrates, collects Snyder's hips, pins Snyder's hips to the mat, gets off of his legs. Eventually he'll work out to the side here, right there, and he's awarded the 2-point takedown. Urich cuts Snyder free right away at the beginning of the second period. He must be feeling confident in a neutral position.
Yeah, why not? He took him down a couple of times.
There's Snyder in on a long shot of his own. Nice little hip scoot attempt there by Snyder. Urich able to stay square and defend the takedown.
We started tonight at 125 pounds. Easton figures to end tonight with a real charge. But they have dropped a couple of close bouts already while winning just one.
Urich in a head inside shot. Dumps Snyder to his hips, picks up another takedown.
I'll tell you, Jim, throughout tonight, there has been a real difference in physical strength. And we talked about it right at the top of the show.
Yep.
It's the technique of Easton against the brute strength of Upper Perk, and they have really shown a big difference in physical strength.
They have. In a situation like you just saw in the replay, there's technique involved there, but there's just brute strength to finish a takedown like that. And back to the action here. Snyder in on a shot of his own. Urich staying squared up. Under a minute in the second period.
Snyder trails 6-3 as he was awarded an escape while we were watching a replay. So 6-3 with 53 seconds to go, period number 2.
Ideally, Urich wants to get at least one more takedown in this period if he's thinking about picking up a bonus point for the team. There's a double leg shot. Gets his head caught in the center of Snyder. Snyder's going to keep a whizzer in there and defend that as they go off the mat.
Tom Hans not happy with Urich's effort on that move.
Urich a little bit slow to get up after that flurry as well.
Easton's lone winner, Eric Berge, over Dustin Kern at 140. Urich goes in again on the single leg. Snyder having trouble keeping him away. Tries to throw him by and puts himself in trouble.
This is going to be more than just a takedown, Scott.
He's already counting points.
Yep, short time left on the clock, but it certainly puts Urich into major decision range. It's exactly what he was looking for off of a takedown. Pick up a few back points.
And 3-point near fall off the sloppy shot by Snyder.
There you see Urich in on the head inside shot. Far trip there. Snyder tries to counter that by throwing Urich's arm by and loses his position. Urich picks up the takedown and 3 back points.
We start period number 3 neutral.
Urich in on the head inside shot again. He's going to set Snyder back on his hips, pick up another 2-point takedown. So now he might be thinking more than just major decision.
Now the escape. And it's 13-4.
Urich showing us why he was a nice pickup for the Indians this year. Another head inside shot. Snyder has to be careful here. If Urich steps up for that half, Snyder could be in trouble, but he does just enough to stay out of that dangerous situation.
Boy, Snyder has the leverage, but not the strength to make those moves work.
Yep, Urich's able to counter all of Snyder's unorthodox movement with a lot of strength.
Winding down to 1 minute to go here, period number 3. Snyder needs a big move just to eliminate the bonus point possibility. Tom Hans challenges Anthony Urich to get going here. Urich breathing deeply.
He is. He's doing a little belly breathing, so he's somewhat tired in this match.
He's been working hard, and he dives in on a single. Snyder cross faces and tries to pry his way out of it. It looks like he will be able to, but now in a lateral drop situation.
Urich wants to be careful here, stepping up. This is where Snyder wants to be, because if he's going to get a big play, it's going to be in this type of a position.
Under 30 seconds to go. A takedown would eliminate a team point for Upper Perk. Wrong way to go with that, as now Snyder gets taken down on the edge. Jim, that's 2 moves he took the wrong direction.
Yep, he turned his hips just momentarily the wrong way in that position and gave up the takedown. They're there in that front headlock right there. He turns his hips just the wrong way, just for a moment. Urich capitalizes by dropping to a low-level attack and getting the 2-point takedown.
Yet to see who will come out in the next weight class for Upper Perk. They will have a 19-3 lead, so they may go into protect mode at this point. Tom Hans ought to feel pretty good about where they stand. Your winner at 152 pounds will be Anthony Urich, 15-4, to stretch the Upper Perk lead to 19-3.
15-4 from Upper Perk Anthony Urich. Now
At 160, Jules Knighton will be out there for the Red Rovers. Knighton only 4-1 on the season as he got a slow start coming out of football season. It is Hoyt Emmons. Emmons 4-5 on the season and moving up in a weight class. So Easton really needs this one.
Yeah, they need a win here, and if they could pick up a bonus point or 2 along the way, or 3, it would certainly help their cause.
Emmons 4-5, but typical of Upper Perk wrestlers, 3 of his 4 wins are by fall.
So that tells you that he has something up his sleeve, Scott, a headlock or a lateral drop or some kind of a big move. Nice double leg attempt there by Emmons. Gets his head trapped in between Knighton's legs. Knighton's going to try a funk, but Emmons is going to counter it. Now he has a deep half in. Knighton's going to reverse him by just scooting out of there with his hips.
Good strength for the first time tonight shown by the Red Rovers. So perhaps Knighton's stronger than Emmons. We have not said that about an Easton wrestler tonight. And Jim, I think he was looking for more than a funk. I think he was looking for a spladle.
I think he was too. He was looking to lock up either a cradle or get into a spladle situation.
Jules Knighton, 4 wins, also 3 by fall. Joe Pyro and Corey Rutt, the next 2 up for Easton, are really thinking about 12 points for the Red Rovers. So Steve Powell would love to see 19-18 by the time we head into the 215-pound weight class, and that's a real possibility.
Knighton doing a nice job here on Emmons with the leg, although he's getting a little bit high right now, and Emmons is looking to come out the back door. Still plenty of time left on the clock. Knighton now stretches Emmons out, looking to pick up some back points here. I don't think that's going to happen. He's going to be holding on for dear life here in the last 15 seconds of this period. As long as Knighton can hold on to that arm of Emmons, he's going to neutralize this reversal attempt.
He's trying to stick him right here. He was trying to stick him for back points right there, Jim. As he was rolling through, Emmons pops out for 2.
Probably by trying to get back points as opposed to just holding on there is why he gave up that reversal. Here you see Emmons just patiently working his way out the back door.
Right there, he nearly stuck him for back points.
He tries to pick up some back points, and that's where he lost maybe an inch or 2 in that flurry.
Knighton now trails 4-2 in a bout that would be huge for the Indians. Looking to pull off the upset. They came in as the number 18 ranked team in the country.
Knighton on a cross-face cradle here. He doesn't have it locked up. Ooh, he does drop Emmons to his back, though. He's going to pick up at least 3 back points here.
And maybe more. Now bearing down on Emmons. Emmons in big trouble. Knighton had him very close. Will pick up 3 back points. 3 back points yet to be awarded, although they should. Now 5-4, Knighton leads. I started to say Easton, the winners of the Reno Tournament of Champions, beat these very same Upper Perk Indians. Upper Perk took 2nd place. And you know, a lot of the fans from out of state were wondering how these 2 would match up in a dual meet. And I think the answer is explosively.
Yep, very tightly. Knighton did a great job in that earlier flurry to catch Emmons off balance, set him back on his back for back points.
While Emmons gets his blood cleaned up, we'll take a timeout and we'll bring you the rest of this exciting bout right after this.
Yakalak Construction, serving the Tri-County area since 1946. Family owned, free estimates, all types of concrete work, sidewalks, foundations, steps, curbs, and more. Professional service and quality. Give them a call, 610-323-8134.
Welcome to the beautiful historic Reading Country Club, now open to the public. Play the same course that Snead, Hogan, and Hagen played. Designed back in 1923 by renowned golf architect Alex Finlay, the Reading has 18 championship holes. Now, after your round, just stop on by the Patio Grill for delicious food and a nice ice-cold beverage. Why not book your organization's next outing at the Reading Country Club? Hey, and by the way, check out the weekly exciting leagues. It's memorable now at the Reading. For more information, just check out the website, readingccgolf.com.
For more than 50 years, Pottstown Oral and Maxillofacial Surgery has served its community with expert dental care, offering patients dental implants and a full menu of procedures for many types of dental problems, including bone grafting, wisdom teeth, impacted canines, facial trauma, jaw surgery, oral pathology, TMJ disorders, and sleep apnea. Get the smile you've always wanted. Contact Pottstown Oral and Maxillofacial Surgery today.
This is Jeff Bush, host of Financially Speaking and proud sponsor of this year's Academic Challenge here on PCTV. Our show can be seen regularly on PCTV and the PCTV YouTube channel. Good luck to this year's participants.
Butter Valley Golf Course, conveniently located in the quiet rural setting of Valley, PA, just off Route 100. One of the nicest, most affordable 18-hole course in the region. With changing elevations, challenging greens, and scenic fairways, golfers of all ability levels are sure to enjoy their round. Butter Valley Golf Course is a great place to enjoy the game of golf with friends or family, young and old alike. Grab some buddies and grab a meal at the Runway Grill before or after your round. Butter Valley Golf Course.
We are back. They're still cleaning up the blood off the mat, and unusually, it's blood on the elbow of Emmons. Not sure how he ended up with that, but the mat now being cleaned up. We have 1:01 to go, period number 2 at 160 pounds. Jules Knighton, on the strength of a 3-point near fall, leads this one 5-4. Knighton staying on top now with a minute to go. Easton has chosen to ride most of these Upper Perk wrestlers without success in getting turns very often. In fact, I don't know that they've turned at all.
Knighton in that leg ride. Emmons gets a warning for stalling, I believe.
The near fall by Knighton, the first back points of the evening for Easton.
This could be another set coming up right here. There's the 2 counts, so he's going to pick up at least 2 in this situation.
Knighton takes a look up at the clock and feels like he's in pretty good position now. Now trying back hook, perhaps.
He's going to transition this, feed Emmons' arm through the crotch. He's got the wrist trapped. Emmons able to get his wrist free. Just about comes out at the end of the period, but not quite.
The near fall makes it 7-4.
There you see the first set of back points that Knighton was able to pick up. Actually caught Emmons coming out on a stand-up attempt and just bowled him over to his back to pick up 3 huge back points at the beginning of the second period.
And now the choice will go to Jules Knighton to start period number 3. He's going to take top.
Interesting choice.
Well, he scored 5 points there.
5 points there, why not?
Was taken down by Emmons in the first period. And he's all over Emmons right off the whistle.
And he's got 2 legs in. Emmons having fits underneath now, trying to get these legs out. Knighton in a power half situation. He's close to picking up back points again in this situation.
He's got them earned.
If he get at least 2 here.
Yeah, if he earns 5 this period, Jim, it's a major decision. And you can certainly score points in bunches.
Yep. He's really working on Emmons' shoulder right now. He has his elbow over top of his head.
He'll get the near fall after the potentially dangerous whistle is blown. 9-4. And now Emmons is hurt.
There you see on the power half, the very end of that situation where Emmons' elbow is right over top of his head. I think he's going to take a couple seconds here and just kind of regroup and work the kinks out of his shoulder.
The takedown by Emmons means that in all 7 bouts, Upper Perk has scored first. That's unheard of against Easton.
It's unheard of against Easton. That's good coaching by those Upper Perk coaches.
Although I think we've definitely seen a pattern, Jim, where they are wearing out in the 3rd period a lot faster than the Red Rovers have. They start faster but finish slower. Easton has been unable really to take advantage, save for the overtime win at 140 by Eric Berge.
Emmons looks like he's regrouped now. Looks a little frustrated by the look on his face. We'll see what he can do off bottom.
Going to want to explode out of here. Doesn't want the legs wrapped around him again, but here they come.
And they're in. Knighton has both of them in again. He looks like he's a little bit high here, but he's just so comfortable in this position.
Yeah, it looks like he's almost trying to bar the arm with his leg.
Yep.
We've seen him throw leg cradles. He's like an octopus out there. Emmons trying to stand up instead of going inside on the leg. Seemed to have more success going inside. And now Knighton is looking for the near fall that would make this a major decision. Knighton laces the leg in so he can climb back on top. Upper Perk fans calling for stalling, although I think their wrestler is the one that's doing it, clamping down on the elbows. Knighton now with a cradle.
Yep, he had a near side cradle in there pretty deep, but he abandoned it. Emmons looking to come out here for at least one. Sucker drag on Knighton is what he's trying to do and get a reversal. Knighton's in that front headlock situation, nice and deep and tight. Now he's going to look to set Emmons on his back, but unable to do so.
25 seconds to go as Knighton continues to look for the 3-point near fall for an extra bonus point. So far, unable to get it. 10 seconds to go, and it looks like a regular decision for Jules Knighton of Easton. The second bout win for the Red Rovers, and now it's 19-6. Red Rovers trailed this one, but they should close fast over the next 7 bouts. Bear in mind, Easton thinks they can pick up 18 points in the last 3 bouts. So the dual meet may come down to these next 4. It is Joe Pyro for Easton. 12-6 on the season. We expect Mark Stroll, 6-13 for Upper Perk. Nick Edmondson instead trots out there. Edmondson 8-8 on the season. Pyro quickly with the takedown. The first points for the Red Rovers.
Pyro starting out quick on a double leg takedown. Counters a slide by attempt by Edmondson.
We know Pyro loves the cement job. We'll see if he gets a chance to throw it. Instead stays in control here.
Well, his first job is to get a win for Easton.
Yeah.
And once he has pretty much secured a win, then he might be opening it up a little bit and looking for that cement job.
Tackles Edmondson out of bounds, and the escape awarded to Edmondson, although I never saw a break of control.
And now the 2 referees are discussing it. And
no control break, no escape awarded.
You see Edmondson turns, but Pyro never loses restraint of him. So
in fact, an escape, Jim, must be neutral and facing your opponent, and certainly those 2 weren't the case. Now he does get the escape, and Pyro looking for another takedown with 1:20 to go. Period number 1 obviously a must-have for the Red Rovers.
Ooh, nice lateral drop there by Edmondson. Catches Pyro pushing in. If Edmondson can settle back here, he's going to have Pyro in trouble, and he does.
It's going to be at least a 5-point play for Edmondson, if not more. Pyro fighting his way out of it, arm between the bodies. Now he's in big trouble.
He's looking to the edge of the mat. He's going to come out of that situation. There you see, Pyro tries a drag attempt. They go chest to chest just for a second. Pyro's caught pushing in. Edmondson capitalizes with a nice lateral drop.
Pyro trails 6-2 and starts on the bottom. Shook his head as they went out of bounds like it was really no big deal. Trust me, it was a big deal.
Pyro tries a roll off bottom. Edmondson able to follow him with that roll. Now Edmondson's working a snow plow. You don't see this too often. Pulls it across Pyro's back for a hammerlock.
Now working out to the front. Pyro would love to get an escape here to end the first period. Potentially dangerous, says Mike Evans. Upper Perk fans don't like that one. Pyro tries a roll, now tries to switch hips with Edmondson, and he's working hard for the last point of the first period.
Edmondson needs to be careful here. Well, he does get warned for stalling. Didn't make that attempt to bring Pyro down to the mat quick enough.
So the warning for stalling goes against Edmondson on top. Pyro still trails because of the 5-point play by Edmondson. And it will be Edmondson's choice, which he defers.
Pyro takes the neutral position, an interesting choice after that 5-point play in the first period.
But Jim, I think that he thinks if he can get his opponent to open up like that, it really plays to his cement job.
And I think it does. I think it does. I think that's good thinking on Pyro's part.
Boy, Upper Perk has shown that that's what they look for. They want to go upper body big time.
And on the shot, now Pyro's trying to set up that cement job. He's got Edmondson on his legs, and he transitions. A lot of time left on the clock. He circles him back in towards the center of the mat.
Pyro's got him in trouble.
Yeah, Edmondson's fighting for dear life on this one now.
Drops in the legs. Pyro looking for 6.
This is exactly what Pyro wanted, what Coach Powell wanted out of Pyro.
He's stepping over now. Edmondson's fighting hard underneath.
This is tight, Scott.
If Pyro can strap up the right arm of Edmondson, he's going to get it.
He gets the fall. Edmondson calling for the timeout there. Referee calls the fall.
The fall in 2 minutes and 51 seconds for Joe Pyro. We'll be back right after this.
There once was a haunted house. People said they had heard voices, but no one dared to go inside.
There's a place for wood in your backyard. We recommend the Fire Pit. For looks and performance that outlast a wooden deck, make sure your next deck is built with Trex, engineering what's next in outdoor living.
Your Trex expert is A.D. Moyer Lumber. admoyer.com.
This is Jeff Bush, host of Financially Speaking and proud sponsor of this year's Academic Challenge here on PCTV. Our show can be seen regularly on PCTV and the PCTV YouTube channel. Good luck to this year's participants.
So, car stories on PCTV. I've been doing it for many years. It's a good advertising tool for the business. Plus, I enjoy doing it. I enjoy sharing the shop and the different things that you should know about your car with people. If you need a place to highlight your business, call Gus at PCTV and check it out. It's a good way to inform people about your business. You'll get new customers from it, and you can share your knowledge of your particular trade.
Butter Valley Golf Course, conveniently located in the quiet rural setting of Valley, PA, just off Route 100. One of the nicest, most affordable 18-hole course in the region. With changing elevations, challenging greens, and scenic fairways, golfers of all ability levels are sure to enjoy their round. Butter Valley Golf Course is a great place to enjoy the game of golf with friends or family, young and old alike. Grab some buddies and grab a meal at the Runway Grill before or after your round. Butter Valley Golf Course.
The crowd's still buzzing over 171. We move to 189. Mark Stroll is finally out there. He was listed at 171, weighed in at 171. He is 6-13 in this, his senior campaign. He'll go against a good one, Corey Rutt, a junior, 14-4. The dual meet stands at 19-12. Well, you could see the game plan for Joe Pyro, Jim. As he went neutral, you knew he had an opponent that wanted to go upper body, and Joe Pyro will go upper body with anybody on the strength of one move.
Sure, and what happened there was Edmondson got real confident on his feet, figured, hey, I'm going to go for broke here, went in on a deep shot, and that plays right into Joe Pyro's cement job.
Warning for stalling already against Stroll. Stroll 5-9 last year, 6-13 this year. So Upper Perk does have some holes in their lineup, this being one of them. But you know, every last one of them can throw you on your back and stick you there.
Sure, and we saw that in the last match with that lateral drop by Edmondson.
Looked like Corey Rutt had a lateral drop of his own right there and chose to go upper body headlock. 35 seconds to go.
Stroll needs to be careful here. He's backing off that mat. He's going backwards. He's going to get hit again if he does not start going forward. There's Corey Rutt with a Russian arm tie. Tries to drag that down. This is classic Corey Rutt wrestling here. He just wears you out with all the different tie-ups he has and the front headlocks and heavy wrestling, and eventually starts to score points.
Just the warning for stalling so far with 4 seconds to go, period number 1. Stroll takes a decent shot here, and Rutt went cement job and didn't want to finish it with no time left on the clock. Choice goes to Rutt. He will defer, as most have done tonight. Stroll will take bottom. Either Nick Williams or Chris Wilson will come out at 2:15 for Easton.
Rutt with a nice ride here. Lots of pressure on Stroll.
Stroll not moving from the bottom.
He's got a nice half in here. He steps out to the side. He's got Stroll in trouble. He's
getting
pick
back
up
points.
At least back points. Plenty of time on the clock.
Rutt's a little high, but he's got enough power to make this work.
If he can settle back just a little bit, try to get a little closer to chest on chest, he might pick up the fall here.
Trying to work it around
It's
the
close.
head.
Look at that, Scott.
Like
That's close. He gets the fall.
Give him 6. The fall by Corey Rutt in 2 minutes and 38 seconds.
There you see Corey Rutt stepping out to the side on that one-on-one half. He turns Mark Stroll, takes his time, has time on the clock, does just enough to settle back, keeps that pressure on, and eventually gets the fall here on Stroll. Nice job by Corey Rutt. Here he's going to work out up towards Stroll's head to finish this one off.
Brian Kaiser trots out for Upper Perk. It will be Chris Wilson for the Red Rovers. Wilson 11-5 on the season. Kaiser 22-9. Wilson just a sophomore, and a decent one as he had 22 wins as a big guy freshman. Easton feels pretty good about their position despite what has gone on tonight, Jim. They figure to finish up tonight with over 30 points, given what's coming up at 3-12 and 19.
Well, those last two matches were just huge for Easton with those bonus points. Put them right back in the driver's seat in this match.
Upper Perk went down to the Great Bridge Duels and lost 3 times. They weren't called the Great Bridge Duels. What were they called?
I think they were called the Battlefield Duels.
Battlefield Duels. They lost 3 times down there, which is what got them their number 18 ranking. Easton disposing of number 13 Cesar Rodney when they were ranked 15th. They bumped up to 13th. Cesar Rodney dropped to 14th. And of course, Easton with one more nationally ranked opponent, actually 2 more, Blair Academy on the schedule, as well as, oh yeah, Nazareth. We promise you the nation's best high school wrestling. I think you're seeing it tonight.
I have a feeling, Scott, we're going to see Easton and Nazareth Lockhorns at least once this season. Perhaps more than once.
Well, we're seeing them once for sure.
Yep.
The max would be 3.
Ooh, there's a throw attempt at the edge of the mat. I thought they were coming into us there for a second, Scott.
I'm not sure this is a legal move, Jim. I don't think you can take this straight over your back.
Front headlock and a salto out of that front headlock.
I thought that was illegal.
I would say if they were chest to chest, it was definitely illegal.
Wilson looked a little dizzy coming off the mat and gets taken down here.
Shrug by there.
There was a loud bang as they came out of bounds. As Jim mentioned, they were right in front of us, and I thought it was the head of Wilson, the top of his head as they came out of bounds.
You see Wilson on the half shot. Kaiser capitalizes with just a basic shrug by for the 2-point takedown.
Wilson's choice for the second period is neutral.
Kaiser in on a low shot right off the whistle. You don't see the big guys do that too often.
That was a little before the whistle.
Yep. And he's rocking Wilson up to his back here.
Wilson may have been stuck for just a second. The takedown for Kaiser makes it 4-0. The escape for Wilson, 4-1.
Kaiser appearing to feel confident on his feet now. Cuts Wilson free for the 1-point escape. Kaiser locking up with double overhooks here towards the edge of the mat again. That would have been illegal if they would have thrown him there. That's a for sure. Okay, there you see Kaiser in on a low shot on the replay. Turns his hips there momentarily. Ended up rocking Wilson over to his back. Picking up the 2-point takedown.
They are still neutral. 4-1. Kaiser leads. Wilson and Williams are pretty interchangeable at these 2 weight classes. But you look at Kaiser and Augustine, and you think they're pretty interchangeable as well. Yeah. Augustine's locked in the 285-pound weight class. But who goes against who? I think Steve Powell would be okay no matter how they matched up.
I'm going to tell you something, Scott. I see Kaiser going to those double overhooks now quite a few times in this match. I think he likes the upper body.
Wilson tried to dive in and then gave up on it.
He might get this.
He might.
Traps the other leg of Kaiser, but they go out of bounds.
Crowd has filled out nicely here.
There's that low-level shot again by Kaiser. Wilson has a little better position on this one. I think he was a little bit more prepared for that.
Goes ball and chain and may get a takedown of his own here.
Get a takedown of his own is right.
Now Peterson for Kaiser. He was almost stacked last time he tried this. They go stalemate instead with 10 seconds to go, period number 2. The most Upper Perk can end up with, obviously, is 31 points. This period ends 4-1. To neutralize that, Easton would need 13 or at least 4 bonus points. And in fact, wow.
Yep, Kaiser tries that low shot again. Wilson's ready for it this time and gets a 2-point takedown off of good defense.
The hands of Kaiser were on the mat just briefly. And they go on to the basketball court one more time.
All right, Scott, the golden rule with that low-level shot off the whistle is you try it once, and if you're successful, you take it, but you don't keep trying it again because your opponent is going to be able to counter it.
Kaiser, the second Upper Perk wrestler to lose a contact lens. Right now, the tiebreaker favors Easton with a couple of pins versus just one for Upper Perk. But in order for them to get the 31 we were talking about, they need 2 more. Easton would probably get one of those back.
Wilson's in a nice tilt situation here. I think he may pick up some back points out of this. No?
Wow, very slow count by Mike Evans. Very slow count by Mike Evans.
He's still got Kaiser in trouble here. He has the ball and chain, and there has Kaiser's arm fed through his crotch, has the wrist securely locked. Kaiser can't do too much out of this position.
Wilson waited for that elbow to pop and then went back hook. Now stays ball and chain, looking for half.
Yep. Wilson wants to work out to the side a little bit here, a little bit more than he's on the side. Get off of Kaiser's leg. Actually let his hips pop up here and he can work something.
Warning for stalling against Kaiser. We're in the third period with a minute to go. Wilson looking for the back points that would put him ahead in this match.
Now Wilson's in a good position to work. If he can wrap up underneath Kaiser's chest there, he could turn him that way. Yep. At the very least, he should get a stalling point out of this situation.
Now that he's loaded up the tilt, he can't make it work. Kaiser, with 35 seconds to go, leads by a point. Wilson trying to hang on, and Easton fans think he should have had a tilt.
Kaiser up to his feet here, trying to stay in bounds to get the escape.
And he's the one that throws Kaiser.
There's a throw of his own by Wilson there.
They're going to penalize Wilson for this throw.
There, Wilson lifts him high.
Yeah, that's a slam.
Yeah, I hate to see that because Kaiser really rolled up on his neck there.
That's a penalty point against Chris Wilson for the slam, and it's tough to argue that one. The first point that contacted the mat was the head of Kaiser. When you pick up your opponent, you are responsible for his safe return to the mat.
There you see Wilson earlier in the period trying to load up that tilt. And boy, Scott, it sure looks like he had picked up 2 back points there.
How is that not back points?
One.
Wow.
Yeah.
Way, way late.
Now that point there, Scott, was huge in this match. Now it puts Wilson in the situation where he's forced to try and turn Kaiser. There's no use to let him out for one now and try to take him down. Kaiser up to his feet.
10 seconds to go. Wilson looking for a tilt. A warning for stalling isn't going to help him here.
No, not now.
7 seconds to go.
Sure, Kaiser's not going to do much now with 7 seconds. He works up to his feet and keep his arms spread wide so he doesn't get tilted.
The 5'3" winner at 215 pounds is Brian Kaiser of Upper Perk. That sets the team score at 22-18. And what that means is that they can only get 28 if Easton should sweep 103, 112, and 119 as they expect to do. We go to 285, and Bruce Augustine is a good one. He's a district champ and 6th in the region, 15-6. He'll face off against Nick Williams and have about 20 pounds on Williams.
Augustine right away in on a leg attack, takes Williams down right to his back, has Williams in trouble here. Williams does a nice job to fight to his belly.
Takedown near fall by Augustine makes it 4-0. Williams looking cement job, not going to get it against this guy.
And right back into that situation, and now Augustine has Williams in trouble. He sinks in a deep half here.
He could get the fall right here. Bob Kern taking a look.
Plenty
Williams
of time left on the clock.
Williams in big trouble. Augustine pressing down. Lot of time to go.
Augustine, he's chest to chest here in Williams, and he gets the fall.
Give him
excited
6.
about it.
In 44 seconds, the winner at 285, Bruce Augustine.
On the replay here, you see Augustine in on just a basic single leg shot. He goes up high across Williams' chest with the opposite arm, traps Williams on his back, gets the half Nelson in. There you see chest to chest, and he picks up the fall.
We move to 103 pounds, and it will be Garrett Fellman of Upper Perk against Desmond Moore of Easton. Moore 15-2 on the season, Fellman 14-7. And just granting these wins to Easton, there are 2 pretty good wrestlers out there for Upper Perk, but this is really the wheelhouse of Easton.
This is it. Between Moore, Handlovic, and Oliver, this is definitely Easton's 1-2 punch this year.
One major decision ties it, but Easton would lose. Well, no, they wouldn't. It would go down to first points. Easton would lose the tiebreaker.
On first points, how about that? Well, we'll see what happens in these next 3 matches. Moore out to a quick 2-0 lead with a takedown right away in this match.
Easton fans are all over Mike Evans tonight. He's had 2 bad calls against them and may have cost them 2 of the bouts. Moore trying to stay on top. Not much of a pinner, but we'll get a lot of major decisions for you.
Fellman doing a nice job right now, staying active on bottom. Moore picks up a one-on-one here. This is a situation he was in just a few seconds ago. He tries to set this one-on-one out in the back for a hammerlock.
Moore, in fact, leads the Red Rovers with 4 major decisions this year. Allows the escape to lead 2-1.
Fellman's a long, lanky 103-pounder.
Moore, a transfer from Deriff. Bear in mind, he's in his 2nd year of wrestling ever.
Nice job by Moore here on the spin behinds. Fellman, though, transitions into a head inside single. That's the problem with those long, lanky wrestlers, Scott. It seems like they have a 3rd or 4th arm flying out when you're in those flurry situations. Moore doing a nice job of defending this shot, keeps his hips square to the mat.
Bear in mind, a win in any of these 3 weight classes by Upper Perk, and they win the dual meet.
That ices it.
First period ends with Moore a 2-1 lead.
In the replay, you'll see Moore trying some just spin behind maneuvers. Fellman able just to reach those long arms out and catches the leg of Moore to neutralize that whole attack.
Moore lost his balance, and that's how he was able to cling to it. At 119, Jordan Oliver, likely to get a fall. He has met McStravick 5 times and has recorded 5 first period falls. So you have to kind of put that one in the pin column and say it comes down to if Easton can sweep these 3 weight classes, they've got it.
For sure, this is Upper Perk's best chance to ice this match, I would say.
And not that David Irwin is bad at 112, but Kagan Handlovic has been on fire for Easton.
He's been on a roll.
Moore loves this spin.
He's in that same situation he was in the first period, and Fellman's able to use those long arms to reach out and grab one of Moore's legs. There's Moore trying to spin behind again. Fellman just reaches out there and captures a leg.
As we come back, Fellman with the quick shot. Desmond Moore trying the quarter Nelson to pry his hip away from Fellman. Fellman trying to walk in, and
Nice
Moore picks
pick
on the
there
ankle.
by Moore. He's got Feldman in trouble now as long as he can keep that far ankle.
Scores.
Now he's going to pick up the 2-point takedown.
Takedown for Moore, 4-1 with under a minute to go, period number 2. Because Chris Wilson survived 3 periods of 2:15, a win here is good enough for the Rovers. They don't need the 18 points they were talking about. They love their chances at 3 through 19 against anyone in the state. Warning for stalling against Feldman.
I agree with that. Feldman's got his head down on the mat. Not nearly as active on bottom as he was in the first period. Of course, Moore's doing a great job of riding here. Applies a lot of pressure.
If there are a few things we have seen tonight, it is certainly that Upper Perk is stronger physically than the Red Rovers, but they have tired in the third period and been inactive on bottom.
They have. On the replay, you see Moore captures Feldman's back ankle there, and that enables him to neutralize Feldman's movement and get the 2-point takedown.
Moore jumps on top, and you can't believe he would ride for very long, but does lock up the tight waist tilt and thought about rolling through with it.
Easton's really perfecting that tilt.
They really are.
Well, rightfully so, because as you mentioned the other night, Mike Rogers, an ex-Easton wrestler, was really the first guy to break that out in the local area.
High half by Moore. Feldman switches out and Moore spins around to maintain control. Moore, ball and chain, near side. Tough to make it work from there, but he's going to try and go cradle.
At very least, Moore's just burning time off of the clock here.
Allows the escape now, 4-2. Moore leads Feldman.
Feldman really has done just enough to hang around in this match. Takes a sloppy shot. Moore's going to capitalize and get another 2-point takedown, and now he's pretty much iced this one.
Moore's quickness so evident on those spins. Warning for stalling against Feldman.
Another point for Moore.
Point for Moore makes it 7-2.
I think that Coach Powell's thinking we can get a bonus point here, team bonus point. Tells Moore to let Feldman up.
Escape makes it 7-3. And Moore will look for a takedown to Feldman's back.
What Moore doesn't want to do here is make a mistake and get taken down to his back.
Remember, against Northampton, Moore was caught in a spladle. Takedown for Moore makes it 9-3. Can he get a tilt here?
He's working for it. He's working for it, Scott.
He had it loaded up and couldn't make it. 9-3, Moore wins this one. And now the score, Upper Perk 28, the Red Rovers 21.
You see on the replay, Moore able to use his quickness and athleticism to get a spin behind takedown on Feldman.
Kagan Handelbeck is out there for the Red Rovers. He is a junior with a 17-2 record, and those 17 wins, some of them against high-quality opponents. He'll face off against the freshman David Irwin. As a freshman, he's a good one, 15-8.
Irwin comes out with a headlock attempt right away.
Oh, why not?
Yep, Kagan Handelbeck wary to that. Throws it by, gets a 2-point takedown.
If you're going to beat a heavily favored opponent, as Steve Powell has told his wrestlers, you don't have to be better than the other guy. You just have to pin him.
Yep.
There's another
headlock attempt again by Irwin. Handelbeck able to throw it by again and get the 2-point takedown.
4-1, Handelbeck leads. Tried to do something of a roll out of that headlock. The more conventional counter would be a bear hug. I think we may see 4 or 5 more of those by Irwin.
Yep, that's what we're going to see exactly. Handelbeck in on a nice deep shot there. And Irwin right to that headlock again. And no points as they go out of bounds. Kagan's going to need to be careful when he takes a shot, turning his hips towards Irwin.
Who is the guy closest to the mat on the Easton side? Jordan Oliver, screaming instructions.
Yep.
Handelvik will go, and anybody that goes is vulnerable to that headlock. But perhaps the best thing that could have happened to him is he gets the takedown.
Yeah, nice low-level attack. He throws Irwin's arms by, drops right down to his ankles. That's a surefire way to counter that headlock. There you see the throw by, drops down, captures both of Irwin's ankles, able to get the 2-point takedown.
Jim, maybe the best thing that happened to Kagan Handelvik is that he got headlocked out of bounds, and it was a good one.
It was a good one.
So he's no longer, underestimating it.
Yeah. And this is where he's going to be safest, right here. If he can keep riding Irwin, you see Irwin's hurting down bottom there. I don't know what happened to him.
He wants injury time, and he's not moving very much down there.
No, he's not. Now, Kagan Handelvik is a physical wrestler, and he can hurt you from the top
sure
position.
looked like.
Yep. See, he pulled that arm across hard, Irwin's arm across his body, and looked like Irwin was grabbing his shoulder, his left shoulder there.
Easton has not taken injury or blood time tonight. Upper Perk has. I think we've chronicled that they have run out of gas and the Red Rovers have not. If this ends up being a closely decided match, Jim, that may well be the difference. 45 seconds of injury time used. We come back to the middle. Irwin on bottom. Handelvik leading 6-2 and on top. Irwin trying to trap the near arm and roll Handelvik over. Handelvik simply re-spins to regain control. Now cross-face cradle for Handelvik. No, he's going to go arm under the body. Try the same move he gave up on, corkscrew.
What he was working before, captures that far arm, pulls it across the body. Just keeps working that. That's a lot of pressure.
First period ends. Handelvik leads 6-2.
You see the first headlock attempt by Irwin. Handelvik able to slip that by. And the second one, Handelvik's able to counter that.
Back to the live action as Handelvik records his fourth takedown on a snag. Just reached in and grabbed the ankle of Irwin. Now leads 8-2. Again, Easton would lose a tiebreaker to the Indians. So they need to score more than 7 points in these two weight classes. One major and one regular won't be enough. Escape for Irwin makes it 8-3.
Low-level attempt there by Handelvik. He's in on the shot of his own. Irwin's going to that headlock, tries it. Handelvik just too good. Too savvy for that headlock right now.
Trying to stack him up.
Tries to run him right over his head.
10-3, Handelvik leads. Irwin not doing much from the bottom. There is the warning for stalling against Irwin. As many of these Upper Perk wrestlers have done, just simply sprawling out on bottom.
Kagan Handelvik, Scott, is just wrestling with a ton of confidence right now.
He really is.
He's in control, he's dominant. He's really on top of his game.
Back hook by Handelvik with under 40 seconds to go, looking to make this a major decision, and he'll get at least 2 back points.
He's going to keep that arm trapped, or at least he tried to.
The near fall makes it 12-3.
Handelvik just all over Irwin on top here. There's Irwin, tries that side roll again, tries to capture Handelvik's right arm. Not successful.
Time runs out in the second period with Handelvik a 12-3 leader. Handelvik's choice is top. He's the second Easton wrestler to choose the top position.
Looking over at Coach Powell, he's advising Kagan to go back to that far arm trap. And there it goes, Kagan. Tempts that, and he's got Irwin down on his side, and he's going to pick up some back points. Well, almost did. Irwin able to wiggle his arm free.
Every time he reaches under for that far arm, Jim, Irwin tries to trap it under there. Warning for stalling against Irwin makes it now 13-3 as the penalty point goes to Handlovic.
Irwin needs to do something off bottom. He needs to pick his head up off the mat for one and try to come up to a base if he wants to score any points here.
Handlovic just controlling the freshman. Now the hammerlock is trapped, turns into an arm bar. Irwin really struggling to try and regain his base, and he's not going to do it. Warning for stalling, penalty point Handlovic. It's 14-3.
There's still plenty of time left in this match yet, Scott.
Over a minute to go. Handlovic needs 4 more points to make this a
nice
tech
transition
fall.
into a half.
He's going to get a 2-point near fall. There it is. Another 2-pointer is a tech fall. 40 seconds to go, and Handlovic wants to finish this one early. Another warning for stalling would end the bout as well.
That would be 2 points. Handlovic trying to load up a tilt here, running out of mat space.
The next warning for stalling against Irwin would be 2 points for Handlovic, the 2 points he needs for a tech fall.
Handlovic a little bit frustrated because he's not able to get that 2-point near fall as quickly as what he would like. Looks over to the coaching staff of Easton, and they reassure him, keep your composure, keep your calm, you can do this.
Tom Hans calling Bob Kern to the scorer's table, perhaps to give his freshman a little breather out there. Irwin bounces out from the bottom. Handlovic now needs the tilt. Looks tight waist. Irwin straightens his hips out and gets out of it.
Hagen going for that forearm trap again, and he's got it. And guess what? He's going to get the tech fall.
The points are being counted, and now
Great
awarded.
job.
2-point near fall for Kagan Handlovic. Sets the final score at 18-3.
He captures that forearm of Irwin, just bowls him over to his back using his chest and some brute strength, picks up the 2 back points he needs. That's called wrestling right to the end. Great job by Kagan Handlovic.
What that means is that Jordan Oliver needs a win at 119, a win he's expected to get very easily over Mike McStravick. Oliver, the returning state champion, 16-2 on the season. He'll go against the undersized Mike McStravick. McStravick, a sophomore, at 6-4 on the season.
Did you say undersized, Scott?
Yeah.
McStravick looks like he's about 6'4". Nice shot right off the whistle there by Jordan. A little premature.
Oliver has pinned McStravick the 5 times they have met. Has pinned him in the first period all 5 times.
Well, now you look back to that 171-pound bout, Scott. How huge was that come from behind fall by Joe Pyro?
I think Easton figured Joe for the win, but you're right. Even though he got caught early, there's the takedown for Oliver, and all Oliver really has to do is win the bout. The escape from McStravick.
That's all he has to do, but I guarantee that's not all he wants to do, Scott. Oliver's a goer. He wants bonus points here.
Takedown on the edge makes it 4-1.
There we see in the replay, Oliver just uses his hips to his advantage, runs right through McStravick.
How about the overtime win by Berge over Kern at 140?
Another come-from-behind win there.
How about the come-from-behind win by Jules Knighton over Hoyt Emmons at 160?
Now you talked about it pretty much the whole match, Scott, how we saw upper perks start to fade in the latter part of the matches tonight.
They really did, and you look at what just Hanlovic was able to do. 2 near falls, 2 penalty points in the final period, scored 6 points in the third period to register the Tech fall. You wouldn't be a bit surprised to see Upper Perk in that state dual meet tournament. Low pick by Oliver, 8-3 with 3 takedowns.
Now you wouldn't be. See Oliver there in a nice ankle pick. McStravick turns, heads out of bounds, but Oliver's able to pick up the 2-point takedown.
Escape by McStravick makes it 8-4, 40 seconds to go. Shot
Nice
by
job
Oliver,
there by
barrel
Oliver.
roll, and gets the 2, 10-4.
See Oliver, just a lot of activity on his feet, gets into that barrel roll or fireman's carry situation, transitions for a 2-point takedown. He'll cut McStravick free and just stay active on his feet. A nice little shrug there or slide by Oliver, picks up another 2-point takedown.
6 takedowns in the first period, 12-5. Jim, how incredible would it be if we're down here to the last bout of the night with an Oliver-Chris Sheets matchup to decide it?
Well, that's the one that the fans wanted to see for sure.
Chris Sheets, ranked number 2 in the country, number 1 in the country, ahead of Nico Trigas. It's Sheets, Trigas, Oliver at 119. Chris Sheets weighed in at 125 pounds tonight.
Interesting play there. I think Trigas has split with Sheets this year. Trigas knocked Sheets off at the Reno tournament, the same tournament that Trigas knocked Jordan Oliver off at. But then Sheets came back to avenge that loss the next week at the Ironman tournament in the finals. Nico Trigas being from California, we won't see him anytime soon.
12-5, Oliver starts the second period on bottom, gets to his feet and goes whizzer and far wrist. Warning for stalling, that's a tough call against McStravick.
Nice sit-back attempt there by Oliver.
Gets the reversal to lead 14-5. Now major decision, although that's not going to matter. He's going to allow the escape to McStravick.
In the replay, we'll see Oliver just reach behind McStravick's knee right there, sit him right back. Gets the 2-point reversal. He cuts McStravick free right away.
14-6. Long reach by Oliver, unable to get to the long legs of McStravick.
Nice double leg there by Oliver.
Stepped over the line. Three national class wrestlers in the house tonight. The aforementioned Sheets and Oliver, and of course Zach Kemmerer from Upper Perk. Kemmerer will go down as one of the all-time Pennsylvania greats when his career is over.
Nice job there by Oliver. Ties up both of McStravick's arms, reaches in between his legs in what I call a Metzger attempt. Takes McStravick right to his back.
Takedown, 2-point near fall, 18-6.
There you see he has both of McStravick's arms tied up, reaches in between his legs, trips him, takes him right to his back.
McStravick's head rattled off the mat. Escape makes it 18-7.
Oliver pulls McStravick's head underneath, goes for an inside trip attempt.
No takedown awarded.
Tough to get those inside trips on those long, lanky guys.
A 4-point play ends it on a Tech fall. Barrel roll, traps
roll,
the arm.
Might be it.
This will end it. Yep. Oliver wants the physical fall. He's got the headlock. How much poetry would this be to finish it off?
Finish it like we started it.
The fall comes in 5 minutes and 28 seconds. Winner by fall, Jordan Oliver of Easton. Easton finally leads this dual meet. After 14 weight classes, their first lead of the night comes at the end, and that's the only lead that matters. Jim, we came in saying it was going to be a test of strength versus technique, and certainly that's what it came down to. But what Easton managed to do, they split 7-7. What Easton managed to do is 3 pins and a Tech fall and basically stayed off their back the rest of the way.
Right. The bonus points made the difference, and as we said at the beginning of the broadcast, that's what often makes the difference in these big-time dual meets.
It started off like a house of fire for Upper Perk as they jumped out to a 12-0 lead in a big win at 140, and one that may be overlooked. Eric Berge with an overtime win over Dustin Kern in a matchup that could have turned this entire thing around. Eric Berge got Easton on the board. Zach Kemmerer had just a 3-point decision. He's a guy that Upper Perk counts on for bonus points, another big event. Anthony Urich, a 15-4 major decision over Jeremy Snyder. And then it was Jules Knighton with a comeback win after giving up the initial takedown, scored the last 7 points of the bout to win 9-4. Then it was Joe Pyro's favorite move, a cement job, after he had fought off his back out of a headlock in the first period. Corey Rutt backed that up with a fall of his own. Upper Perk swept the 2 top weight classes, and then it was Easton in the last 3, 103, 112, and 119, picking up 14 points in those 3 weight classes. We promised you excitement. Jim, I think we delivered.
Yes, yes, I think we did. It was a great match of some big-time, high-profile teams, and as you had said a little bit earlier, Upper Perk, they may show up on the radar again out there at those state duels. Who knows?
So Easton now 2 nationally ranked opponents in a row. They take care of business over Cesar Rodney last week, over Upper Perk tonight, 32-28. Our next dual meet for you will be next Wednesday. We will have the Parkland Trojans visiting the Whitehall Zephyrs in a battle for the 2nd tier of the Lehigh Valley Conference. I hate to even call it that, but I think we'd like to see who controls kind of that area. We saw Whitehall earlier. Parkland's had a real nice dual meet season so far.
They have, and they'll be battling it out with teams like Whitehall and Liberty, and Freedom's coming on nicely, so we'll see who ends up at the top of that 2nd tier.
Chris Popick has been our director tonight. As always, our expert analyst has been Jim Best, and our thanks to you, our viewers, for making our wrestling coverage so exciting. For everyone here at RCN4 Sports, this is Scott Barr saying good night, everybody.